Yeah, the screen was brighter just now. I think, well, maybe it's from your hand.
Okay, how is it now?
See, now it's good now. It's okay. Much more better.
Okay, the screen is very like can see my screen very right.
It's good.
All right, my apologies. Actually, I was in a meeting, so I had to leave that to join this. So I actually thought my session was 6:30. All right. So briefly, my name is Israel, and I'll be speaking on the potential Web theory. So I'll be speaking on the potential Web theory across finance, arts, and governance. And so I will try to lay this basic foundation of what the blockchain is. Um, but I'll be speaking on what the blockchain is from a Web3 perspective, because how we define blockchain depends on the reference points we are using. The way you define blockchain from a private chain differs from how you define the blockchain from a public network. So, because on a private network, a blockchain might not be a distributed ledger, but on a public network, it is a distributed ledger. So, the blockchain is a computer basically, using Ethereum as a case study. And now is a computer. Basically, a computer accepts data and processes data, and how it does that is through the EVM. The EVM is called Ethereum Virtual Machine. So through the EVM is how we are able to execute smart contracts. So that's one. And then the other thing is that it is a network of nodes. So the reason why you are able to interact with the blockchain network is because the blockchain network itself it's not being made up by a single entity, but a network of nodes. So they work together to validate transactions. They work together to ensure the consensus and the security of the network. And also, the blockchain is a database, because once you have a data there, you can go there and retrieve it anytime. So basically, it's a chain of blocks. So every transactions are being bundled into a block, and that block serves as a foundation to build. It's a foundation upon which the network will be built on. So that's that. And then so based when it comes to finance, these is not all that we have when it comes to when it comes to Web3 potential in finance. We have DeFi, we have ownership, we have the global remittance, and so I'll be speaking majorly on these three applications of Web3. So when it comes to DeFi, DeFi means decentralized finance. So it is decentralized because there is no governing entity. You understand? But from Web3 perspective, what basically controls the rules is the smart contract. So the smart contract is a set of codes that is living on the blockchain. So, and it has an address. So it is decentralized because there is no governing entity, and the transactions within that finance itself is public. So one of the major backbone of decentralized of DeFi is liquidity pool. So the liquidity pool, you can liken a liquidity pool to like a pool where liquidity is being supplied, you understand? So people given liquidity and then people take out liquidity. So the liquidity is just like a smart contract in which people pumps fund. For example, like the Uniswap protocol now, it's a kind of DeFi protocol for to exchange funds, to exchange assets. So I can decide to be a liquidity provider, and then deposit Ethereum to I can deposit Ethereum to um I can deposit Ethereum with USDT. I can deposit Ethereum with USDT, and then I can earn a liquidity token basically. So that's one. And then when it comes to your own ownership, when it comes to the impact on finance, it gives you 100% ownership. And it does start by giving you, like on the blockchain, when it comes to blockchain, you have a private key. So the private key is what gives you the key to your asset, basically. And then we also have the smart contract automation on financial operations. And how is that possible? It's possible because the logic to how assets or how the finance is being governed as I said earlier, is being controlled by smart contracts. So I can write it in the smart contracts that everyone can withdraw your funds only after 10 days. So that means that after 10 days, you can withdraw your funds from the liquidity pool. So that's one. And then we have global remittance. And when it comes to global remittance, we're talking about like cross-border payments, basically. So one of the problems we have when it comes to cross-border payments is there are too many intermediaries. So you want to receive money from abroad, there is behind the scene, your bank is making use of probably a third party provider or another bank, probably a bank from the US or a bank from Europe. So, and each of those intermediaries will take their cuts, you understand? So, but when it comes to the blockchain like Web3, and then once we have reduced intermediaries, it reduces cost, you understand? Because there's how many people, because for these intermediaries to participate in the remittance of your fund, there are some, some transaction fees that you just have to pay. You understand? But when it comes to just blockchain or Web3, basically, I can just send you my USDT, I can send you my Bitcoin, and the only thing I'm paying for is I'm paying for my gas fee, basically. So, and because of the reduced intermediaries, speed is increased, and then there's transparency, basically. So when it comes to the impact on arts, because arts are unique, basically. These things are unique. So an art can be represented with an NFT, and each NFT means non-fungible tokens, basically. So, but behind the scene on the blockchain, they're just a set of numbers. You understand? A number is being assigned to a particular asset. So, like this asset here can be represented with probably a number 5 on the blockchain, and another asset can be represented with the number 6. So, this validates the uniqueness. You understand? The uniqueness and the certification of ownership. And we also have the P2P, basically, because we can have a marketplace where art owners can relate they can basically interact with the people that probably don't want to auction their art to. An example is like OpenSea. You can go there, you can view different arts, you can purchase them, and then you can also auction them. So I don't know. Can you hear me?
Hey, loud and clear.
All right. Now, when it comes to governance, there's something called the DAO. So that's a decentralized autonomous organization. And do we know what a cooperative is? Like in Nigerian society, what a cooperative is? When they say you are joining a cooperative society. Sorry, I'm just like asking, if I can just like have any response from anyone of like, if you know what a cooperative is, basically.
Yeah, we do.
Oh, all right. So now imagine a cooperative society that is built on a blockchain, basically. You understand? So all of you contribute. Imagine in a cooperative society, we create a token, and we're like, okay, for every time you attend our cooperative meeting, you earn a unit of our token. And your voting right in our cooperative society is directly proportional to the number of tokens you hold. So imagine I've attended meeting 5 times, and then for every time I attended the meeting, I was issued 5 tokens. So it means my voting right is 5. So imagine you are able to make decision based on your voting rights. You understand? So that is an example of a decentralized autonomous organization, basically. So the smart contract is used to automate voting and decision making, basically. So, and then every decision you make or every transactions in the corporate society, they are made public on the network. So, yes, so that's it with my presentation for this. So, do we have any question as regards anything I've said so far?
Guys, if you have any question, please do free to ask. If I ask in the Telegram chat, or you can just request to speak, I'm going to unmute you. So today is going to be more of a workshop, so you guys get to interact with some of these applications they made mention. So such as DeFi, NFT, and some DAO platform as well. So you guys get to see how it works. But you guys won't be going very, very deep into it. So there's another section for that as well. So you guys get to understand like DeFi, the full concept of DeFi, how liquidity pool works, how to swap, how to bridge, when it comes to lending, borrowing, and so on and so forth. But for tonight, it's going to be just basic interaction with some of these Web3 applications. Thank you very much, Israel. Okay, Israel, I think some people are asking questions here in the meeting chats.
Okay, okay. Okay. What is the liquidity? Can I give an answer to the question?
Sure.
Hello.
You can.
All right. Yeah. Thank you. So as I said earlier, a liquidity pool, you can liken a liquidity pool to like a smart contract where you pop your funds in. For example, basically what really powers DeFi is liquidity. So we have lending protocols, we have staking, we have farming. What really powers these things, they are called liquidity. For example, I don't know if you know what is called a fractional banking system. Fractional reserve banking. What this basically implies is that you open your app can tell you that you have 5,000 naira. Are you with me? But in the actual sense, you don't actually, sorry, your app can tell you have 5,000 naira, but in the actual sense, probably the total amount in the bank is actually not up to 5,000 naira. But when you take your ATM and you go to another bank, you're able to withdraw. You understand? Now, the reason why you're able to do that, what really powers like our banking system is just liquidity. People pumping money. You understand? Because people are actually pumping money into the system. That is why there is enough fund for you to be able to do what you actually have. Another example is this. One of the things, let me just briefly talk about arbitrage. I'm not a trader basically, but I want to just use this also like tell you like just also buttress what a liquidity pool is. Now, when you see, let's say there are two decentralized exchange like Uniswap and PancakeSwap, and then you can see that on Uniswap, the value of Ethereum of the value of Ether to USDT is probably $1,000, and then on PancakeSwap it is like $900. You understand, like just $900. Now, the reason why there is this disparity is because of the number of liquidity that we have in each of this in each of this protocol. So for every time as a liquidity provider, you actually withdraw your liquidity. To some extent, there can be a little slippage in prices. So let's say that you want to determine you've created a new token and then you want to create a unit price for your token. What you do is you provide liquidity. So what we basically call liquidity is what you can call it cash, you can call it money. You understand? So when you take USDT and let's say you've created, let's say that Secret Network Africa has a token called Secret Network Africa. The proportion of USDT that you provide to the proportion of the token of for Secret Network Africa you provide to the decentralized exchange will determine the price, you understand, of your token. So but what you just provided is liquidity. And the protocol you provided it to is called a liquidity pool. So when people go to Uniswap and then they saw a price, they bought a token and then they saw that they can actually make money in another decentralized by taking their own funds and going there to swap. What you've just done is that you've just interacted with a liquidity pool. You understand? And the reason why and what affords you that privilege is the liquidity that has been provided. You understand? Which is basically the funds. When they tell you, oh, we are listing this coin in a particular exchange, what you're telling you that they're about to they're about to pump liquidity into that liquidity pool. You get what I mean? So another question says, are smart contract and nodes two separate entities performing different tasks, or are they working alike? All right, they are different entities. And how do I explain this? You can liken a node to a computer, like your laptop. your cell phone, your laptop, your cell phone. You can liken your a node to a laptop or a cell phone. Now, let's say that Secret Network Africa itself is a blockchain network, and every one of us, we're all connected in this call with our cell phones or computer. So you are connected with your phone. So what really makes up this Secret Network Africa blockchain is because individual, like everyone is connected with their devices. You understand? And as you're connected with your devices, you are transmitting your messages, you are transmitting your messages, you are transmitting your voice through your devices. In one way or the other, you are contributing to the network. So that's how nodes work. So the nodes are the ones that constitute the network. So we have consensus nodes, we have validation nodes. There are nodes that basically work as consensus, there are nodes that basically work as execution clients, there are nodes that basically work as validation nodes. You understand? So the nodes are the entity that actually make up the network itself. But what are smart contracts? I said earlier that smart contracts are a set of code that are living on the blockchain. So the way now, I don't know if you probably have any coding experience. What you do is that when let's say you wrote a JavaScript code for a front-end application, your code needs to be deployed to a server. Now, the way you deploy an example of a server we have is AWS, Amazon Web Service. Now, when you take your code and you deploy it to Amazon Web Service, it is what you've just done in when it comes to blockchain is that you've taken your smart contract and you've deployed it to the blockchain network. So the blockchain network is like a web server. It's like a web server where you deploy your smart contracts. You understand? That's like the blockchain network. But these nodes are the ones responsible for executing your smart contract. So for every time in your smart contract, you're like, I want to send 5 USD to someone. The reason why it will be executed is because in one of the nodes, your code is being executed in one of the nodes. So that's how the nodes work. That's how the nodes work. And I talked earlier about the Ethereum virtual machine. So this Ethereum virtual machine is the runtime environment for your smart contract. An example is you can think of probably you've written a Python code before. If you have VS Code, I don't even know about VS Code. VS Code is like a runtime environment for you to write your code. You understand? And then you can run your code on your terminal. Your terminals, like your shell, they're like a runtime environment for you to like run some of your codes. Like PyCharm, it's a runtime environment for you to run your Python code. So that's the way the Ethereum virtual machine. That's how it works. It enables you to run your code. You understand? Somewhere in one of those nodes. You understand? So that's how smart contract works, and that's also how node works basically. So nodes are different. Nodes are like the entity that power the network. Smart contracts are the codes that we deploy to the network basically.
Very much, Israel. I also have some questions for my DM. So some are asking that, okay, how does the Web3 work? So what is the Web3 entirely? And some doesn't even know what is Web2. So they're asking how is Web3 different from Web2 and what is Web3 all about?
Okay, so you said someone asked how. I didn't get the first question.
Asking like how does Web3 works and also what are the difference between Web3 and Web2? Like they don't understand the Web3 ecosystem at all.
All right, okay. I was supposed to give a demo on how Web3 on how a DApp works. Is it fine if I share my screen to show you how Web3 works? Basically, DApp basically.
You can do that, yeah.
All right, just a second. Um,
That's why he shared the screen. Please keep your questions coming in.
so I'm trying to get my the I'm trying to get the web page ready. Okay. Um,
Israel, one of the participants said they are all beginners. If you could please make the English much more simplified, that it will be better. Thank you.
Okay, no worries, no
And
worries.
also, if you could make use of real world examples they could relate to as well. Thank you.
Oh, definitely. Sorry, this is my first time like having to share my screen on Telegram. So, uh, can you see my screen?
And
Can you see my screen?
yes,
Can you see a web page, like pricing specifically?
also we can't see anything at the moment.
Oh, oh, wow.
You need to click on the three dots at the left hand side, then click on share your screen, then you can share your screen.
Yes. All right. You can see my screen now, right?
Yeah, we can see your screen.
All right. So let me just briefly tell you what the difference between Web 2 and Web 3 is basically. So Web 3 is just like an added layer of like, it's just like an upgrade to Web 2. The difference is blockchain. The difference between Web 2 and Web 3 is blockchain. What is an example? For example, now, your bank apps, basically, these are Web2 products. They are Web2 products. Why? Because what basically constitutes these products are your normal front end and your normal back end. When it comes to Web3, your front end, we have like what you see here is a front end, but your back end is the blockchain. And then we also have the hybrid where we have the front end and then we have like a normal backend system like okay, in case just in case you know, we have backend like like Node.js, Python, you understand, Go that you can use to build your backend. So this hybrid is when your backend is both in a regular backend and blockchain. Now this is a DApp. This is just so a product it's a project I worked on like over a year ago. So this is a DApp. As you can see, it's called decentralized voting. And why is it decentralized voting? Because it is being powered by the blockchain. So what you have to do is you have to connect your wallet. Basically, when you're interacting with the app, you basically connect your wallet. Let me now we have MetaMask. This MetaMask is very popular in Web3 basically. So you connect your MetaMask to your you connect MetaMask. So I'll be connecting my MetaMask now. Good. So this is my wallet address. So I said earlier that when it comes to the blockchain, there's ownership. And why is there ownership? There's an ownership because you have a unique address. Now, this address has a private key. Of course, I can't show you my private key because if I give you my private key, with my private key, you have access to all the funds in my account. So let me show you how MetaMask wallet is. This is my MetaMask wallet. So this is a MetaMask wallet. I know we are all familiar with Ethereum. So let me go to Ethereum. This is Ethereum. I don't have any assets on Ethereum at all. And for the purpose of development, we have testnets. Testnets are meant to mimic, how mainnet works basically. So this is Sepolia. Sepolia is a current testnet for Ethereum. It's just like an environment that's supposed to emulate how Ethereum works basically. So you can check your NFTs, you have NFTs, you can check all your tokens, but the only token I have here is basically just Sepolia. Now, I've built a smart contract. Let me show you the smart contract. For this application is called decentralized voting. I built a smart contract. This smart contract is expecting my first name, my last name, my middle name, my NIN, and my state of origin, and I will be registered. But once I get registered, my details will be stored on the blockchain. That's one. Now, all I have to do is install MetaMask, connect, get registered. Then these are the people I want to vote for: Joe Biden or Trump. I voted for Trump. with one of my addresses. Now, I can decide to vote for Trump or Joe Biden, but my votes, our votes, or anybody that votes, your votes will be stored on the blockchain. So I have a stats page here that shows the number of candidates. We have two candidates. Currently, we have just one elector registered and one submitted votes. All these values are stored on the blockchain. They are being fetched from the blockchain. So this is a DApp. It's a DApp because it's a decentralized application. It is being powered by the blockchain. Now, yeah, okay, where's the blockchain in this thing now? So let me show you where the blockchain is in all of this. Let me take one of my accounts. So I want to show you where the blockchain is in all of this. Okay, I want to copy this.
What Israel is presenting at the moment is how voting, that's how governors work on the blockchain. So imagine the Nigeria election was done on the blockchain. There is no way this can be compromised because one, the blockchain is transparent. Two, the blockchain has immutability. That's it cannot be compromised, cannot be edited. There is no way you can change the result or anything. So this is just a demo of how governance work with the blockchain. Also, you guys get to see the demo of how DeFi works on the blockchain in Web3. DeFi is called Decentralized Finance. It's just like your traditional banking, but in this in Web3, it's not being controlled by your banks, but rather it's being controlled by you as a person. Also, you guys get to see other demos as well. So, yeah, thank you very much, Israel. So now I think we can go on with it.
All right. Now, speaking on transparency, so we registered Joe Biden. Now, why is this so transparent? We can see his registration details, his name, and now this is an IPFS. An IPFS comes in when, let's see, an IPFS is a decentralized media system. It's a decentralized media system. So you can store your images on the decentralized. So these images they'll be stored on in nodes. You understand? We have nodes in Ethereum. So for example, this particular image is stored on a particular node in this Pinata server on someone's computer, basically. So that's why it is decentralized. You understand? So this is when Joe Biden was registered. This is transparency because I can see his registration details. Now, I also registered candidates. I registered Trump as well. Oh, so this is Joe Biden. First one is okay. This is registered voter. This was when I registered a voter. You understand? We can see that this is the details for the voter that was being registered. Now, this candidate is this Joe Biden or Trump? Okay, the first one is Joe Biden. The second one should be Trump. So yeah, we can see that this is Trump. This is his image. The image you see here is from an IPFS. So that is to keep this application totally decentralized. Now, I vote candidates. So now we can keep track of the number of, we can see that this particular vote that came from this address went to this candidates. Now, this address belongs to Trump, basically. It belongs to Trump. Now, this is how your DApp works, basically. So this is what we call this environment is an Ether scan. You understand? It's called Ethereum scan. So there's one for Binance. There's one for other blockchain network as well. So, okay, I wanted to show us so we have mainnets. So yeah, data is public. You understand? Now let's create a voter. Let's register a voter basically, and let's vote. So now that we've done this, let's register our voter. So we are going to register this voter on the blockchain. His information will be stored on the blockchain. So it brings up our MetaMask. Now we need to pay gas fee to store that information on the blockchain. So our transaction is still getting mined. It's still getting mined. Let me see if I can see. Oh, sorry. No. So these are smart contract address. Now register voter in our application. It says your registration has been approved. Now, the application said that your registration has been approved. We can come to this Etherscan to validate that it has been. So this 40 seconds ago, register voter. So let's check who was there Magumagu somewhere? Let's check if there was many Magumagu. No. Israel, Komolehin, Israel, or you're then the NIN. So now we now have two voters. So let's check our stats. We now have, it should be two now. Let me refresh this. Now, two electorates basically. But we still haven't submitted votes. So I have not voted. So I would like to vote for Trump again. Now, to vote for Trump, I still need to, pay gas fee to do that. My transaction is getting mined. I was trying to show us something, but so this is what I really want to show us. Now, when a transaction is getting mined, you can see pending. If I click on this, it show pending. It means that this transaction is in a place waiting for a miner to pick it up, and just validate the transaction basically. But the word miner is an olden day language. Now we use validator because in Ethereum we don't mine transactions anymore. We validate transactions. So let me refresh the page. Good. Now it's successful. It has been mined. It has been validated. Sorry, I'm just used to the word mined. Now I voted Trump, and this means this is just the public address for Trump that we give Trump. So if we go to our application now, we see that Trump now has 2 votes. Before it was 1, now it's 2. This data is coming from the blockchain. No, it's not. It's coming from the blockchain basically. So if we check the stats now, we will see that we have 2 votes. That is, the submit total votes, there are 2. Total electorates, there are 2. Total registered candidates, there are 2. So this is how a DApp works basically. A decentralized application is an application that is powered by the blockchain. So do you have any question before I start sharing my screen? Hope it has to. Let me
Guys, so what they just demonstrate is how voting works on the blockchain. Imagine you have a classroom of 2,000 students and you guys have a voting that should be done, probably maybe a departmental voting, and you guys want this voting to be transparent. Also, you want your voting to count. You want your voting to be validated and making sure that this has not been rigged by the school or by the lecturers or by the body conducting this election in your school. So you can use the blockchain to do that because it's decentralized and also it is transparent for everyone to see. So basically now there is no way someone can just change the results or probably tell you that okay you didn't vote because now there is proof that you voted for this person or there is proof that you've actually registered as a user and also voted for someone. So it's all the proof is on the blockchain because it's visible. And this is just one of the use cases of the blockchain. And it's been decentralized, which means not even the VC of a school can can probably change the results or tell you this is not correct. No, it's not possible because it's decentralized and this result has been published or copied on several blocks on the blockchain. So it means that now this has not been on this is not just on one server, it's on multiple servers around the world. Basically, this is the demo is running at the moment. So the rest of the workshop, you guys will see how DeFi works on the blockchain. Just a little bit introduction to DeFi and wallets and some other tools in Web3. So, but we won't really be going deep into some of this stuff because we have other section that is specifically for DeFi, NFTs, DAO, and so on. So you guys will get to interact with this and see how it works. So, sorry about that. Those are my neighbors. Not my neighbors though, boys that walks around. So guys, sorry about the background noise. So please, if you have any other question, do ask. Also, Israel, someone asked me by them if there's any other example regarding Web3 DeFi applications. So how Web3 impact into DeFi or probably into finance. So if there's any other example you could show as well, and also art as well. Yeah.
All right. So I don't currently have an example that I've built. Okay. Let me just say this. Basically, this is how a smart contract is. Basically, these are smart contracts for the votes. Basically, and before I answer that question, let me just say something else. So speaking of like Web3 control, you cannot vote twice again. You can't vote more than once. You already voted. So no one can read this thing unless they read it from the smart contract itself. No, but as long as the rules of the smart contract says you cannot vote twice, you can't vote twice in here. All right. So as regards DeFi application, currently I don't have any smart contracts on for DeFi, but you can just check out Uniswap. Uniswap is a DeFi protocol. To actually have a demo, you have to like build and just on testnet. I don't think there's any demo from them here. So basically,
Israel, I can't hear you again.
providers, they provide liquidity to the markets. They are traders. The traders are the ones that be like, fine, they've listed Ethereum with USDT. Let's go and buy Ethereum. So we pump in USDT, we collect Ethereum. So the more we are doing that, we are gradually shaping the prices of Ethereum in the market. Basically, that's how it works. The more you have Ethereum in the pool, the lesser the price will be. It's just like demand and supply, and basically. So I don't have any experience on DeFi, but with what I show you from this Devo app, that's simply that's how it works basically. You understand? Assuming I've deployed a smart contract for DeFi, I could have actually shown us something from the Sepolia scan, but I currently don't have any smart contract. Or I have DeFi smart contract, but I don't have
Israel is going to tackle that. Israel, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
All right, so the speaker for tomorrow is going to go into DeFi, deep into DeFi. So yeah, so you don't need to stress yourself regarding that. Thank you very much. This section has been wonderful, and I believe everyone here has gained knowledge. I think someone also asked the question. I think he has answered this question already, but if you don't mind, he's still asking. So what is Web 2 and Web 3? Maybe you have to use analogy to break it down for them to understand it much more better again. They are all beginners here.
Okay, no problem. See, when you think of Web 2, think of your normal Facebook, think of your normal Twitter. If you want to think of Web 3, think of Twitter. Now, they are saying that Elon Musk wants to add a token to Twitter. No. Now, Twitter will become a decentralized application if a blockchain layer is added to Twitter. What other example can I use? Facebook. There was a time they launched their token. Now, imagine that on Facebook, you need to be using a token to probably create posts on Facebook. You understand? It is a Web3 product. That will make it a Web3 product. So your normal Web2 products have just, when you interact with Facebook, your normal Twitter, you're not doing anything blockchain related. Those are normal Web 2. Or for those of you that are just learning how to code, probably you wrote HTML, you wrote CSS, and then you are designing. What you are doing is Web 2. But the moment you have to integrate a smart contract into your app, the moment you have to integrate a smart contract into your app, it becomes a Web3 product. Okay, let me start with word products. It becomes a Web3 app, basically. So imagine that, okay, let me use this example. There was a time ago, Walmart, in their supply chain, they integrated blockchain in their supply chain. When they integrated blockchain in their supply chain, they were able to track at what point some products were getting damaged. They were able to track at what point within the supply chain something happened to their products. So they used blockchain. Now, that would be a Web3 product, assuming their blockchain is a public blockchain, like I explained earlier. You understand? That would be a Web3 product. So the difference between Web2 and Web3 is the advent of or the introduction of blockchain. So that is it.
Thank you very much, Israel. I believe that is very, very clear and you understand. Hey, do you have any other question before moving to the workshop? Okay, someone is asking, what is liquidity pool? Can we talk about liquidity pool again? So you explained liquidity pool earlier.
All right.
The section is being recorded.
Sorry, let me say this. So let me say this. Do you know what they call ajo? Do you know what they call ajo? Sorry, if you are or thrift contribution. Thrift contribution.
Yeah, Adashi or Ajo. I think most people are familiar with the word.
If you know what ajo is, or you know what they call thrift contribution, you know what they used to do. See, this thing is just it's what we do normally. I showed you Uniswap. What some of these protocols are doing is what we do in ajo. You understand? In a job, we can gather 5 people. We tell you that you will pay 1,000 naira per week. At the end of the month, you will probably pack 20,000 naira. I think that's like the common logic they use. You understand? You contribute some money per month. At the end of the month, somebody will pack maybe 100,000 naira. Now, at that point where each of you are contributing money, is called a liquidity pool. Now, you see Ajo on itself. Imagine Ajo, we create a smart contract for Ajo, and all of you, every month, you are depositing 1,000 USDT, 1,000 USDT. And then we've given you guys number that, okay, this month you will go with, for everybody that contributes, at the end of the month, you are going with 20,000 USDT. Let's say we are 20 people in the Ajo protocol. Now, you see that smart contract where we are all depositing our 1,000 USDT. That smart contract is called a liquidity pool. Why is it a liquidity pool? Because you are depositing liquidity. It's like swimming pool. You are pouring water inside the swimming pool. That's how it is. What you are pouring is water. The pool itself is a swimming pool. You understand? So that's how the liquidity. Am I simplifying this thing enough? So when you join an Ajo protocol that is built on the blockchain, what you guys are doing is you are contributing liquidity. You are putting liquidity into the smart contract. At the end of the month, when it reaches your turn to withdraw your own, what you are doing, you are withdrawing liquidity. Do you understand? Now, it now makes more sense when you now code into your smart contracts, rules and regulation that if you don't, let's say that as you guys are contributing your Ajo, we are rewarding you with one Ajo token. That Ajo token is called a liquidity pool token. Why? We are using it to reward you. So let's say that we now say that for everybody that has one Ajo token, you have the right to make a decision in our protocol. You have the right to vote. So the day somebody does not contribute in the Ajo, we can use our Ajo token to vote that let's kick this person out. What I've just explained now is what is called DAO. You understand? What do we do in DAO? I will throw in my one Ajo token to prove that, okay, I have a voting right. I've been contributing. I have a voting right. I will contribute that Mr. B has not been contributing. No, let's kick him out of our liquidity pool. So because we collectively made that decision, it is called a DAO. So I don't know. Do you guys feel my explanation for the Ajo and liquidity pool?
It's really cool. Yeah, the section has been great to be honest, and I believe a lot of people has gained knowledge from what you taught so far. So, is there any other question before we end the educational section and then moving to the workshop? Please, if you have any other question, do free to ask. Do feel free to ask, please. If you don't have any question, then we'll be moving to the workshop now. Okay, I think some other people are typing. I think we are good. So yeah, thank you very much, Israel, for the section. It has been great. So now let's move to the workshop. Chairman, are you ready for the workshop? On this workshop, you guys get to interact with a Web3 browser, and you guys get to install some of the tools being used in Web3 using the browser itself. So it's going to be very simple and easy for everyone. And Chairman is going to be sharing his screen. So I'll give you the moment while he sets up his screen.
Hello, good evening, everyone. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you. Can you please speak a little bit louder?
Okay. Yeah, just few minutes. Let me start sharing my screen. Then we can start with workshop.
All right, man, no problem.
Can anyone see my screen? Just verify if you can see my screen.
We can. Also, for those asking
Okay,
questions
okay,
regarding the demo and the website, be sharing that as well.
okay. So for today's section, special thanks to the speaker. He did a very wonderful
Chairman,
work
just
in
a moment, please.
explaining.
Okay,
Can you
so
hear
guys,
me?
is being recorded on YouTube. And for those asking questions regarding the website, you guys can watch the video later on YouTube. Now, this section we're about to take is on Mrs., which is a Web3 browser. And Chairman is going to take you on the workflow on how to use this Web3 browser and how to install some of these extensions being used in Web3. So, yeah, Chairman, you have the mic.
Okay. Can you guys hear me now? Just respond that you can hear me, please.
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay. So especially thanks to the speaker for doing a whole lot of work in explaining what blockchain is all about. Like I really learned a lot from today from him. Thank you, sir, for coming. And today we are going to go into Web3. What is actually Web3? Just like he said, Web3 is the web that deals with blockchain. Web2 is the normal Facebook that we knew, time of interacting, WhatsApp, and all of that. Just Web2 deals with information, and then Web3 is just centralization. Just with this little difference, you can be able to tell someone, yeah, this is Web3. Web3 is just centralization, blockchain. Web2 is just Facebook, chatting, and all of that. Then Web1 is the area of hosting of websites, email, and when those things came out newly. So today we are going to dive into a Mrs. browser, that is a Web3 browser. So this Web3 browser, what is different from the normal from this Mrs. Web3 browser and then the normal Chrome browser or Firefox that we normally use? The difference is just that in Mrs. browser, using Mrs. browser, you can easily navigate, locate different Web3 applications, different Web3 websites, interact with them freely on your mobile. Looking at what he said, Web3 deals with what blockchain, Web2 deals with what normal interaction, Facebook and all of that, Chrome, you can just do your normal browsing and everything. But when it comes to this Web3, it's just like another web on its own, but it deals with blockchain. So today we are going to dive into a Web3 browser called Mrs. Browser. It's one of the good browsers I've been using on mobile and it has been helpful. So through this browser, just navigate. If you have not downloaded the app, we made a YouTube video already on how to download it. It's on the YouTube. But if you have not downloaded the app, just go to Play Store. If you are using Android, then iOS, I forgot. Yeah, I think you go to your App Store, Apple Store on iOS, and then search for Mrs. Browser. So once you search for Mrs. Browser, the browser will come outside, and then you can just download the normal process. So once you download the browser, you just have to open it. I believe you guys can still see my screen, right?
We can see your screen.
So okay, so I've just clicked on the
We lost you for a second. Can you still hear me? We can't hear you again, and your screen is just okay. I think we lost you. Okay, maybe it's already issue with the network. Let's give it a moment. But before it comes, please make sure you download this application and watch the video on YouTube. So Chimere will just give you guys a quick walkthrough. Thank you. Okay, yeah, Chimere is back. You should be able to speak now.
yeah. I don't know. I don't know what happened. The thing just cut me
Yes.
out. Sure.
Okay, probably maybe the network.
Yeah. Okay, or something like that. So just download the Mrs. browser and then open it. It's just very easy to navigate around. I've been able to make video on how to do about that on YouTube. You can check out the pin message. The video is there. So we are going to just give you a walkthrough of actually interact with this browser on your free time. You can dive into different, I mean, different, different ecosystem in Web3.
I think we lost you again. We can't hear you. I don't know what's wrong. So guys, I've just got the link to download the application now. Maybe I'm going to share my own screen. I don't know. Maybe Chimere is having issue with his network.
I don't know what used to happen. Whenever I open my browser, this thing will just cut me out. I don't know why it's doing like that. Let's go. Habits.
If you have downloaded the app, just signify in the Telegram chat so we can just put it through. I think MM is having issue with his network or probably the Mrs. browser. This is very, very simple to be honest, because I could remember when we started using some of these Web3 tools or the apps. Me and Rabi, we usually download this wallet called this browser called what's the name of the browser? Kiwi browser, I think. Yeah, then we usually use Kiwi browser, and Kiwi browser was not really safe and secure because Kiwi browser does not actually support this extension, but we use it because there was no any other option. But Mrs. Browser, it's a default Web3 browser, which allows you to install extension to make use of some tools in Web3. This is very simple and easy for everyone to use. I'm going to share my screen now since Chairman is having issues, so you guys can see how to set it up and some of these DApp. Starting some of the DApp I'm familiar with as well. So just a minute. So guys, can you hear me? So guys, can you hear me? So I believe you guys can see my screen. Okay, so on my screen now, I believe you guys can see some of these tools on my screen. So we have Pancake. So Pancake is a DeFi application. It can be used to swap, to borrow, to learn, and some other stuff like that. Yeah. So tomorrow you guys get to know more about DeFi. And also we have Uniswap as well, which is also a DeFi protocol. Also we have Gauzy, which is like a marketplace, and also should I call it a Web3 community as well, where you can give people tax to and some other stuff. So now let's make use of Uniswap. So now we are going to be installing Uniswap extension. So I'm opening it now. Okay, so on the Uniswap, on the landing page, I believe everyone can see it. I believe you can see my screen. I can see my screen here because I'm using two Telegram accounts, and on the other accounts, I can see my screen. So on the Uniswap, once you click on it, you can see trade crypto and NFT with confidence, buy, sell, and exploit tokens with and NFTs as well. So now I don't have a wallet, but all I have to do is to install a MetaMask wallet on this browser I'm using. So I don't need to go to any other browser or probably connect with the MetaMask installed on my phone. Rather, I can do everything just with the browser. So I'm going to click on connect with MetaMask. So once I click on that, now I'm going to be creating a MetaMask wallet. You see, this is very, very easy because it all can be done with your Mrs. browser. Initially, if you want to do this, you have to start connecting with your MetaMask using the normal way. You have to log out of this place or minimize and go to your MetaMask and approve. But with this Mrs. browser, it's much more easier for you guys to connect with some of these stuff. So I'm setting up my MetaMask wallet in order to connect to the Uniswap. So basically now I've set up my MetaMask wallet. So in Web3, you don't need to use Gmail or any Web3. In Web3, you don't need to use Gmail or any other traditional way to create an account. All you have to do is create an account using a wallet. So if you want to swap or do anything, we use wallet in Web3. We don't use our name or we don't use our Gmail to create accounts. We use wallet. So whenever you want to interact with any DeFi application, NFT platform, that's marketplace or the whole tooling platform, you do that with your wallet address. You connect your wallet to the application you want to interact with, not your Gmail. So in Web3, it's more like much more better and advanced, whereby you don't connect your Gmail to whatever it is you're doing. You don't sign up with Gmail. We sign up using wallet. So basically, I've been able to sign up, or should I say create an account on MetaMask and connect it to Uniswap, which is a DeFi application. So on Uniswap now, you can see you can make a swap. So you can swap Ethereum to USDT, or probably vice versa, swap USDC to Ethereum. So basically, this is how it works with the Mississippi app. So Uniswap is also a DApp on the blockchain. So DApp means decentralized application. Why DeFi means decentralized finance. So in general, they call these things DApps, just like applications on Play Store, like I made mention yesterday. So all these applications on Play Store can be downloaded and used by anyone. But if you want to make use of these applications, they collect your data, and also they show you guys different adverts and also sell your data to marketers. And you guys, if you want to make use of these applications on Web2 or on Play Store, they will ask you to create an account using your Gmail. But when it comes to Web3, you create your account or you make use of this application using your wallet. So without attaching any of your personal information to this, and no way advertiser or marketer could get your data and sell it to advertisers. I don't know if any of you guys have noticed. Whenever you search for something on Google or on Gmail, whenever you are browsing or whenever you are on Instagram or Facebook, whatever it is that you've searched on Gmail or any place, you'll be seeing the advert on your Instagram or on your Facebook. I don't know if you've noticed that. It's because they collect your data and then market it back to you. So yeah, so basically this is one of the Web3 DApps, and this is Uniswap. So let's go back again. Let's check another DApp as well. So we have a lot of DApp. Okay, let's go. Okay, so we have Galaxy rather, which I made mention earlier, which is also a Web3 DApp as well. So now with Galaxy, you can earn by contributing to your favorite Web3 community. So this Galaxy, you guys can earn token from this place. That you can get rewarded for doing some basic thing. But we won't be going deep into this today. But we are going to be going deep into this probably before the end of this event. We have a day scheduled for purposefully for things like this, so you guys can learn how it works. Now we are just navigating through some of these DApp on Web3 or in Web3 rather. So now you guys can search for Kepler. So Kepler is a wallet used by Cosmos. So it's the first wallet used by Cosmos. So it's mobile, user friendly, and it's free to use, of course. So let's install the extension. So I'm going to be installing Kepler extension here using the Mrs. app. So with the Mrs. app, it's easy for you guys to install extension and make use of this extension with your mobile. So this is a cool tool, to be honest, because initially we don't have things like this in Web3. If you wanted to make use of Kepler before in Web3, you have to be downloading another browser, and it's not very safe and secure because it's not integrated into the browser. But with this Mrs. app, it's integrated into the browser, so you can do everything just with your mobile phone without having a PC. So now let's create a new wallet address. So I can create a wallet address with Google, or I can just use seed phrase. So this is very, very important, guys. Okay, Mahmoud say, can we briefly know about Cosmos? So Cosmos is a blockchain. So you guys will get to know about Cosmos very soon, like other blockchain. So like I made mention, like the blockchain is like a Google Play or a Play Store. I'm using an analogy so you guys can understand. So the blockchain is like a free platform, like a Play Store, where people can download different applications or people can build different applications. Like on your Play Store, there are several mobile banking apps, there are several games, there are several social medias on Play Store, and these are being built and owned by several people, different people rather. And all these applications can be used by anyone, can be downloaded by anyone. So same thing with the blockchain. The blockchain is like a platform where people can build applications on it, and also people can make use of these applications. So one of the applications include building another blockchain on it, like building your own platform on it, so whereby people can make use of your platform or download some applications from your platform. I'm trying to think of a very simple analogy I can use so you guys can understand very well. So now, I believe everyone here knows Jumia. Jumia is an online store, so where you can buy and sell goods. So now, on Jumia, everyone is allowed to list their goods for sale or on Koga or Gigi as well. You can list your goods for sale on Gigi and then someone can buy it. So someone else can bring different goods entirely from what you are saying on Gigi and people can buy. And someone can also sell exactly what you are saying on Gigi with probably cheaper price or higher price. So same thing with the blockchain. People are building their own applications on the blockchain. So now Cosmos is a blockchain on its own. So now with Cosmos, people can build application on it. You can build uh, maybe a finance application on it. You can build an NFT marketplace on it. You can build a gaming on it. So the wallet supported with Cosmos is Kepler, which is what we're about to install now. So with Kepler, you guys can interact with most of this Cosmos chain. Okay, give me a minute. Let me show you guys the Cosmos map zones. So you guys will see like you guys will see the map zone of Cosmos ecosystem. So Cosmos is a blockchain focused on interoperability and communication between IBC chain. So now this is Cosmos, and these are several applications built on Cosmos. Like I made example using the Play Store. So these applications are built on Cosmos, and these applications have different use cases. So we have system application on Cosmos. Cosmos, yeah. So these are the applications on Cosmos. So the wallet supported with Cosmos is Kepler, and I want to show you guys how to install the Kepler using the Mrs. extension. Now you can just create new seed phrase. So this is very important, guys. If you are creating a wallet for the first time, your seed phrase needs to be kept very, very secure and safe. And please do not share your seed phrase with anyone, not even with your brother or sister, not anyone at all. Because if anyone have access to your seed phrase, then all your money is gone. Yeah, you had me right. All your money is gone. So you need to be very, very careful with your seed phrase. So now this is my seed phrase. I'm only showing you guys because I'm trying to show you guys how to set up an account. And this account, I'm not going to be using it because everyone can see my seed phrase and can take out all my money. So I won't be making use of this. It's just like a tutorial. So I've copied this and then I'm going to click on next. So now they're asking me what is in word 5. So word 5 should be 1, 2, 3, soup. I think word 5 should be soup. And then word 4 should be hybrid. Yeah, I think hybrid. I'm right. Should be yeah, hybrid. So the wallet name I can also put testing. My password. So I'm setting up a Kepler wallet using the Mrs. app or the Mrs. browser. So guys, like I said before, these things are very very simple to be honest. It's not something that's really hard or technical. Okay, someone is asking, what if person die and nobody knows the seed phrase? So now we have several tools in Web3 now. If let's say if something should happen to the owner of this account, so the person next of kin can have access to that seed phrase. So there are DApps being built for this. So you have to connect your wallet to that kind of DApp. So immediately the person passes away and someone verifies that okay this person has passed away, your next of kin can have access to your seed phrase and all the money in your account. So this is made possible with one of these Web3 what's it called? One of these Web3 tools. Just like I made mention, we have several tools around the world. Yeah, several tools around the world. And people are building different type of application. Like we have Kuda Bank and we have BBA Bank, and these are banks and they have different functions. So basically, this is how people are building solution. And we have people that are using Piggy Cash, Piggy Vest. These are just example of people building tools to make sure that life is easier. Okay, I'm coming. I think I made a mistake here. Okay, soup. Okay, I think I'm coming. So guys, I'm I, I'm not really used to mobile, so I'm trying to make sure that my seed phrase is correct. And here's what with your seed phrase. It is caps lock sensitive. So maybe you are supposed to use small letter and you are using capital letter. It won't work. You see, I've been having issues since because I was using capital letter instead of small letter. Now I have created my wallet. So guys, it's easy and it's not hard. So now you see there are several chains on it. You see, don't want you guys to get to know what each and every of this chain is all about, what it works with, and how to navigate this kind of ecosystem chains. With time, you guys will get to gain more knowledge on these things. It's not really hard to be honest. So yeah, I've set up my wallet using ECC browser. Though it's not very compatible, but it's good. So I'm converting to a desktop background. Oh no now. So guys, that's how it works. So I believe everyone can navigate it themselves and see how it works as well. So there are other several applications. So tomorrow we'll be going deep into DeFi. We have a speaker, Red IBF. He is very very good, and he's going to make sure that you guys understand this from the basic because he's going to be breaking it down for you guys and making sure that everyone you understand how the application works. So guys, don't miss most section. So if there's any question, please do feel free to ask. So guys, yes, that's it for tonight's section. And thanks so much, guys, for joining. And make sure you interact with Zilly Quest. And make sure you make a tweet on Twitter on what you've learned so far. And I guess that'll be all for tonight. And guys, so sorry about the noise. So about background noise. We are all in Nigeria, and at times some of this noise can be really distracting. So yeah, thank you very much, guys, for joining us. And if you don't understand anything, please do feel free to ask question or drop a message, we have people to guide you guys. So good night, guys. Do have a wonderful night.